Greetings, patients, and welcome to another episode of Doc's Reviews, your premier documentary review show. My name is Doc Hawk, and yeah, I haven't done a Doc's Reviews in a while, and I just had the pleasure of walking out of Won't You Be My Neighbor, the documentary in theaters now about Mr. Rogers. That was a firework. It's the 4th of July here, so this is gonna be a little more raw. I'm gonna just, pretty much talk about how I felt. This is literally like minutes after I walked out of the theater, and yeah, man, this hit me. This documentary hit me, and it's really relevant today with all the stuff that's going on. Like, we need people like Fred Rogers. In this world. They talked a lot about in the documentary how he informed kids about problems in the real world. He really nailed speaking to kids in a way that didn't talk down to them, but also had a purpose of giving them the right mentality and morals and values about having the ability to be loved and to love as the fundamental thing that all makes us human. I would have maybe liked to see a little bit more of Fred Rogers as a person through his life, like growing up. There was a little bit of that, but mostly it was about the show and his commitment to bringing this message to people, to children specifically, and using a medium of TV that he just discovered to use as a platform to speak to all these people, which that's the beauty of media, and it's also the curse of media, because as he mentions, a lot of TV doesn't have a great moral heart, moral soul, and it's just there to entertain and not to really think too much about. But he was dedicated to bringing an intelligence in what he did, and a message into everything that he did. He was a very religious man that was on his way to preaching and becoming a minister, and he found an outlet that he had never had any experience with before. And he used like low production value stuff, puppets and everything. Given it was back when there wasn't a lot of production value on TV, but he made do with what he had. It was his playground to kind of experiment with how he taught things and used metaphors and characters that represented things in the real world, which hits me hard because that's what I'm trying to do with the Docs, And I very badly want to have that as the core of what I do. And I think it's very important to bring this out to people, and kudos to the director for constructing this documentary in a way that does justice to this thing that this man created. I love this documentary. Like, this is, and it's in theaters for everyone to see. Netflix documentaries are great, and other platforms that documentaries are released, YouTube Red and other platforms are cool, but it's nice to have this one. Like, I'd heard buzz out of Sundance about this movie and how everyone was raving about it, how it was an emotional journey for them. They were proven right. I teared up various times. I heard the theater kind of, sniffling multiple times throughout. So that just kind of gives you a sense of, that was applause too. This movie's funny as well. I should mention that. Intentional or not, the way he went about certain things was very humorous, and there are many moments of laughter. It talks about his mindset too. As a kid growing up, being sick all the time, and obviously his musical talents were ways of expressing how he felt without saying it directly, and that was one of the staples of the show, and children loved it. Throughout the movie, there were so many emotional moments, and then I did feel at the end, very end, it did sort of peter out a little bit, because it was hard to keep one-upping the emotion, but overall quite an experience, and just makes me inspired, you know? Makes me inspired about creating, and creating for the right reasons. So I did ramble on in this one. I cut a few times. The more I do this, the better I'll be at doing one takes and stuff. But you know, this is a raw one, just getting my thoughts out there, and I do highly recommend this documentary. So if you're watching this and you're curious about checking it out, I wholeheartedly encourage people to go seek this out, because the intentions are just so pure. Hope you enjoyed this review, and look forward to more documentary reviews on this channel. And if you like this, please share it. Thank you so much for watching, and what do I even say? You have been prescribed. That's it. That's it. I forgot. All right. Peace out.